Welcome to Midnight Voices, the only show where cheesecake, psychic bars, and ankle-grabbing entities share the same couch. Calico Kathy brought cheesecake to the studio. Ronnie saved us a slice, but not before licking the whipped topping and declaring it emotionally complex. Tonight's lineup is a buffet of the bizarre. Amy, whose garden fairies treat her cherry tomatoes like a free salad bar at a Renaissance rave. Brad, fresh from slug slaying in South America, his foot was the size of a minivan and twice as slimy. Rebecca, whose possessed bird bath is basically a feathered fight club. Leo, here to explain psychic contact, Node 5X1G, where the drinks read your mind and the napkins scream. Alice, whose couch houses a fifth-dimensional ankle grabber named Recto Nark. He's clingy and emotionally unavailable. And Dr. Ruth Plickvutt, author of the Psychic Dictionary of Paranormal Phenomena, a book so long it has its own gravitational field. Let's get weird. Amy, you haven't had a single tomato this season?
Not one. They're plucked, nibbled, and left half-eaten like fairy charcuterie.
Have you tried fairy spray?
You can't kill fairies like bugs, Murmur. That's unethical. Also, they unionized.
Brad, you're basically Rambo but with more slime. What happened in South America?
3 days in the jungle. The slug was the size of a Honda Odyssey and smelled like gin socks, soaked in a bucket fish bait for 3 days. I tracked it by the trail of dissolved flip-flops and existential dread.
Rebecca, your bird bath is a concussion, water cannon.
Birds fly in, get squirted mid-air, and wake up on the lawn asking if they passed the bar exam.
Leo, tell us about Psychic Bar 5X1G and one's happy hour.
It's always happy hour at 5X1G. I woke up next to a telepathic bartender who kept refilling my glass every time I thought about my ex. Then a psychic bar fight broke out. Someone insulted someone else's aura alignment.
Alice, what's it like living with Recto Nark?
He's mostly chill, but if you sit down without announcing your intentions, he grabs your ankle and whispers IKEA assembly instructions in reverse Latin.
Dr. Plickvutt, how long is your dictionary?
Is 1,342 pages. The index has a sequel, and the glossary is currently being adapted into a musical.
Let's move our ears towards the phone lines and hear from our brave listeners. Shannon from Portland, Oregon, you're on the internet.
Amy, have you tried planting decoy tomatoes?
I did. The fairies used them to make bruschetta and left a note asking to plant garden squash next year.
Helen from Spokane, Washington, you're on the virtual internet.
Ben, did the slug get a name?
Locals called it El Baboso Supremo. It had a pied cast.
Terry from Santa Cruz, California.
Rebecca, do the birds ever retaliate?
One wore a helmet last week. Another brought an umbrella.
Earl from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you're on the internet.
Leo, what's the weirdest drink at 5X1G?
The mind melt mojito. It tastes like your childhood, your unresolved issues, and a hint of lime.
Patty from Asheville, North Carolina.
Alice, has Recto Nark ever grabbed a guest?
Yes. He once held on to my aunt's ankle for 3 hours. She said it was the most intimate connection she's had in years.
Gary from Omaha, Nebraska, you're on Midnight Voices.
Dr. Plickvutt, does your dictionary have an entry for bird bath possession?
Page 712, right between haunted hammocks and spectral beads.
Brenda from Tempe, Arizona.
Amy, do the fairies ever leave gifts?
Yes. Last week they left me a thimble full of moonlight and a passive-aggressive haiku.
Robin from Bangor, Maine, you're on the internet.
Brad, did you defeat the slug?
We reached a truce. I gave it my trail mix. It gave me a slime handshake and a coupon for psychic therapy.
Patrick from Santa Rosa, California.
Leo, is 5X1G hiring?
Only if your aura glows neon and you can pour drinks telekinetically while reciting your past lives.
Don from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Rebecca, have you considered exorcism?
I did. The priest got squirted me. Prayer, now he only speaks in bird calls.
Linda from Chicago, Illinois. Welcome to Midnight Voices.
Alice, does Recto Nark speak?
Only in riddles and IKEA part numbers.
Kelly from Sacramento, California, you're on the internet.
Dr. Plickvutt, what's the weirdest entry?
Quantum sock theft. It's real. Your dryer is a portal.
Henry from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Amy, do the fairies have a leader?
Yes. Her name is Petalfang. She wears a crown made of stolen basil and judges me silently.
Travis from Knoxville, welcome to Midnight Voices.
Brad, Would you go back?
Only with a flamethrower, salt shaker, a therapist, and a really good pair of boots.
Blake from Reno, Nevada.
Leo, what's the dress code at 5X1G?
Psychic casual. Think velvet, unresolved trauma, and one accessory that screams I'd seen things.
Patty from Providence, Rhode Island, your one midnight voices.
Alice, can Recto Nark be bribed?
Yes. He loves socks, secrets, and existential dread.
Marcia from Asheville, North Carolina, you're the last caller of the night. Welcome to Midnight Voices.
Dr. Plickvutt, will there be a sequel?
Yes. The Paranormal Thesaurus of Emotional Residue is already haunting my ether.
Tonight's takeaways. Don't trust fairies with produce. They are petty and poetic. Slugs can be reasoned with if you speak fluent trail mix. Bird baths may be plotting a coup. Psychic bars are real, and they don't serve water, they serve revelations. Couch creatures need boundaries and maybe a therapist. And dictionaries can be dangerous if they start humming. Sleep weird, dream kindly, and if your tomato disappears, check for fairy footprints, slime trails, and passive-aggressive poetry. Good night from Midnight Voices.